Our Parsha this week opens after the death of Aaron's two sons, which was a result of their improper entry into the inner sanctum of the tabernacle, the Holy of Holies. The commentaries tell us that Nadav and Avihu experienced such a supreme level of raw spirituality that their souls literally left their bodies as they longed to cleave to God. God tells Moses to warn Aaron and the rest of the Kohanim never to enter the holy sanctuary, rather only on the holiest day of the year, on Yom Kippur, which the Torah calls the Sabbath of all Sabbaths. And after days of spiritual preparation and seclusion from his wife and family, is the high priest to go inside and perform the service. Sad to say, many a year the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, if not spiritually ready, wouldn't survive the godly radiance of the Holy of Holies and would actually expire inside the temple. However, upon the high priest's successful completion of the Yom Kippur service, when he would emerge unscathed from the temple, the Mishnah would describe the great joy and elation felt by the masses and how throngs of people would accompany him home for a Thanksgiving meal and holiday-like celebrations. If we take a moment to think about it, though, this public celebration doesn't really seem to be in order. I mean, the fact that he survived the day is primarily a cause for his personal relief. No doubt he was thankful to be alive, but why would thousands of Jews who haven't eaten for over 24 hours, and who would better go to their own homes to break their fast, accompany him with great joy as he goes home to rejoin his family? What is the message for us? What can we learn from this story that can impact our lives? Jewish mysticism explains that unlike various world faiths and philosophies that regard the material as antithetical to experiencing God, that view meditation and seclusion as the apex and peak of human ascension, Judaism sees the spirit as a force that must be infused and enclosed within the confines of this physical world down here. Judaism disallows the worship of asceticism and instead lays a path to spiritual fulfillment through bringing the values of the Torah and the holiness of its commandments into our daily material lives. The innermost sanctuary of the temple, the Holy of Holies, is indeed the most sacred spot on earth. Our goal, though, is not to merely dwell in that holiness, to remain permanently wrapped up in that cocoon of divine radiance, but rather to draw that sanctity into the rest of the world. Just as on Shabbat, when we disengage from the material world and enter into a holy environment, and then we bring that holiness back into the rest of the week, so too on Yom Kippur, the Sabbath of all Sabbaths, the high priest would conclude the service, leave the Holy of Holies, and return to his home, to his family, and to the important mission of sanctifying the material world and making this world a home for God, truly a cause for joy and celebration. This week's Torah portion teaches us that we serve our Creator not only from behind the synagogue doors, but rather specifically while engaged in our daily affairs, we can bring goodness and holiness into our day by following God's sacred commandments and code of ethics, even from behind the wheel. I'm Rabbi Benny Rappaport, and thank you for joining us.